here.
All right. Mr. Heck.
Yes.
The heck with Henson.
In
You
a
want
good
to tell me
way.
what inspired this image?
Well, it's inspired from the movie Jaws, but also from the original version of Cookie Monster, who originally appeared in 1966 in a Canadian snack food commercial. Before he was Cookie Monster, he was known as the Wheel Stealer because he was on the snack food that was wheels or wheelies or something like that. And he had teeth. And I was reading the biography of Jim Henson, and they were talking about when he first appeared in that commercial, and then after that an IBM commercial. And that kind of inspired me to do this version of the Jaws poster with Cookie Monster. And originally I was thinking of having him going after a cookie, but then I thought even better, since the original poster had the shark coming up after a girl swimming, that I did the gingerbread man. And that's where this idea was born.
What is the gingerbread man saying? Does he know there's a shark?
Well, from
Or is
the
he oblivious?
expression on from his mouth, I would say he kind of feels something's coming up. Maybe he already took a first nibble.
That would have been funny if you put a little. I don't know, I think with these teeth, he's going down in one bite.
Maybe. Cookie. Eat 'em up. Yum yum.
So Jaws, I remember when Jaws came out, I was,
1975.
I'm not going to tell my age, but I was young and it scared me so much.
Yeah, it's a pretty iconic movie.
Do you have a favorite scene in Jaws?
Yes, my favorite scene is when Roy Scheider was chumming the water, and then the shark came up for the first time, and you kind of saw the shark head for the first time, and he backed up and said, "We're gonna need a bigger boat."
Yeah.
That kind of said it all.
My favorite scene was when they were singing.
Oh, on the boat. Yeah, and then they were
Before
pounding on the
everything
table, and
happened.
they attracted the shark. I wanna go home.
So do you think Jim Henson would approve of this painting? What do you think he would think?
I would hope so. He had a great sense of humor, so I'm sure he would have found it funny. No gingerbread men were actually harmed during the making of this painting. So it's okay.
We're stuck in a moment in time here,
Stuck in a moment in time.
right here. This is the moment. I say he gets away.
Maybe he could be a fast swimmer.
You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man.
That's right. That's the other part of this image, was that the gingerbread man was always saying, "You can't catch me."
Mm-hmm.
But there's always someone faster. Could be Cookie Monster.
Cookie.
Cookie, 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 yum yum.
What does it sound like when a cookie screams? I was thinking that was it. It would be really crummy if he got eaten.
You want a piece of me?
Make me laugh, make my line wiggle. Oh wait, it already wiggles.
I've always had trouble eating gingerbread men.
I tend to find that cuteness only adds to the tastiness. I may be a monster.
I think you're just a guy.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
So do you think that they had to get the rights to that character?
Jim Henson always owned all his characters. I think even from the start when commercials.
Oh, that was Jim Henson's character in the commercial?
Yeah, well, he designed the puppets, and they
I
wanted.
didn't realize he designed this guy.
Yeah, he started
Okay.
doing appearing on local television shows and stuff with what he named the Muppets, which is a cross between puppets and marionettes. But I think he said it wasn't because of marionettes. He just liked the word Muppets and how it sounded. But then they wanted those for commercials. So he started designing some for commercials because they're quite popular. And commercials did very well with the Muppets. So then more and more people wanted commercials. I think a coffee company did commercials for him and got really popular. And Jim and Jane started doing puppets on local TV. They used to just lip sync to songs before they gave them any voices or anything.
Well, I think that's a way to learn how to work puppets anyway, when you're in the beginning.
Yeah, well, even when they did start doing their own things, they would pre-record it and then play it back so they could concentrate on the movement of the puppets and not them singing or talking. But then you would also have to get the timing down exact. A lot of the stuff that they did, he kind of invented along the way. As they did things like creating soft puppets like Kermit. So they get more expressions out of them than the hard wood sculpted heads and clay. Sitting in his chair on the spinning one, waiting for his color.
Do you want me to show him?
Sure.
Boop. Hello. Hi-ho. Soon we will see you in color, mister.
And that one's based on
A trip we took down here in Georgia to Atlanta to the Center for Puppetry Arts, where they have another permanent Jim Henson exhibition there. And as soon as you walk in, you see
Kermit sitting in his director's chair.
And that's what I took a picture of to do this painting of Kermit.
So is there going to be a spotlight behind him?
Yep, Kermit is the star, and he pretty much is Jim Henson. I always had a Kermit puppet somewhere in my studio hanging out before I even knew that I would be doing any kind of Muppet paintings. The Heck with Henson, which is me with Jim Henson, and then a love letter to Jim Henson.
And you have a real affinity for stamps.
Yes, so the show poster has a little stamp of one of my versions of Kermit.
And stamps go on letters.
Yep. And also I love how the stamps now, instead of having a price on it, just say forever. Which is kind of Jim Henson's legacy, is forever. He continues to inspire, and Muppets are known around the world. He left quite a legacy.
What I like about you is that no matter how much black line the painting needs, you stay at the same pace. You never seem, maybe you're feeling it, but I never notice it. You never seem impatient. You're just going right where you are.
Well, I kind of, as in I'm learning to do in all things, enjoy the journey. The black line, I mean, I know I'm talking now, but I usually meditate. I get lost in it. And time kind of disappears.
When you drew this gingerbread man, did you look at a picture or did you just draw him?
I just drew him. Since I kind of come from the world of detail originally, I find if I look at something, I want to put more detail in it. So I try to, I mean, sometimes I'll look at a reference, but I won't keep it next to me when I'm doing a drawing because I just want to more get the essence of something than every detail.
Why is that?
Because like I said, I'm a detailed person originally, so I'll try to put everything in. I have a tendency to I've always have a little battle in my head going on since I come from that place of doing things realistically and with lots of detail to want to put in more detail.
The charm of this is less.
Yeah, I want it more childlike, so in order to do that, I can't look at a photograph because I'll try to copy what I see. So I want more, like I said, just the essence of something and leave the detail out. And that's, sometimes it's harder than it looks to make something simple and still read.
Yeah.
The same with writing, like Mark Twain said, when writing a letter to someone, he said, I would have written you a shorter letter if I had the time. Because sometimes it takes a little work to boil something down to its essence and just give you what's necessary and leave out all the unnecessary baggage. It's easy to get lost in the details sometimes.
It's easy to complicate life.
Yeah.
I think that's why your paintings bring joy, because you remind us of a simpler part of ourselves that works.
When you're a child, you don't have a time shortage.
No.
Because time seems limitless. Ginger Man is almost complete.
I think that's the foot that's going to get taken.
Yep, that's the taster.
There's the eyeball, and there's the foot.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
Okay, we're gonna need a bigger mouth.
Maybe the gingerbread man is swimming to the boat who has the trap for the cookie.
You really don't want this cookie to be eaten, do you?
No, I want them both to get away now.
But me hungry.
What is it? Instead of the taste of blood, it's the taste of ginger?
Cookie crumbs in the water.
Is that a screaming cookie?
He's almost done.
Oh.
All right.
Now get ready for cookie next. It stays in your head, doesn't it? Whenever you see like the Jaws poster or something like that, you get that soundtrack in your head. Ow.
Where did you get the idea to do the inside shadow like that?
Yeah, it started with my dog ears, which were black, and I just didn't want solid black, so I kind of wanted to put a little interest in him, so.
All right, that eye is looking at you.
It's looking at you, kid.
This one's looking at you.
That's kind of Cookie's eyes, usually not looking at you in one direction, and they kind of move, kind of like googly eyes. When he moves, the eyes
Move independently, which gives him his personality.
Yeah.
It's got two eyes.
And the reason for doing the top of the painting off-white instead of pure white is that I wanted his eyes to be the thing that popped the most in the whole painting. I want the white.
I see. Difference between that and that.
Because normally if I was doing a realistic painting, I would make the eyes, some shade of blue to show it's under the water, but since this is kind of cartoony and stuff, and I wanted his eyes to be the brightest thing coming at you. The guy who painted the shark for the Jaws poster, the shark in the water and the girl swimming, would be considered an illustrator. And then the person who designed the poster and put that in there with the text is a graphic designer. But they kind of overlap too.
And then the person painting the cookie monster chasing after the gingerbread man is a...
Pop artist?
Bloop, 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 bloop. Does Cookie have to come up for air?
So the guy with his hand inside a cookie needs air more than Cookie does.
That's good.
Doing one classic movie poster here, the monster in the water. I just had a vision of Kermit the Frog as the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Ooh.
That just popped into my head. It might have to happen.
What happens when you have images in your head? Is it important for you to put them on paper?
Yeah, I have to get them out because I'm afraid my head will fill up and then I can't fit anything else in there.
You know that's not how it works, but I get it.
Exactly. But when I was younger,
It's
I was
interesting.
always worried that I wouldn't have enough ideas. And it turns out the complete opposite is true, where I have so many ideas that I feel like I'm not going to have enough time to get them all out, and then I have them in my head so much that I got to get them out.
Well, that is true. It is important. With music, it's the same way. If I have a melody come to me, if I don't record it, she gone.
Yep, I can lose it. So I also, another good thing from the same teacher, talked about carrying a sketch pad with you everywhere, because all day long, get inspired by different things. In a given day, you could have so many ideas, and then some of them you think are brilliant at the moment, and then by the time you get home, 30, 40 ideas later, you're like, what was that? I forgot what it was. So I've learned to carry sketchbooks and jot things down as soon as they come, just as a reminder.
What is that? A fur squiggle?
I think that's a good name for it, a fur squiggle. Yeah, kind of trying to suggest furry texture with a couple of lines instead of painting every hair. I remember Bob Ross talking about when he first started painting. He said he used to paint landscapes and he would try to paint every leaf on the tree. And then eventually he just painted with quick strokes of the brush to make it look like all the leaves on a tree instead of actually painting all the leaves on a tree.
It's like you took your glasses off.
Which is a good way to actually sometimes not draw all the details, take your glasses off and squint and just see the masses instead of all the detail.
Really?
Yeah. That's why you can see the shape of things easy and break it down easily without seeing all the detail.
Monet, wasn't he losing his sight? And that's why his...
Yeah, I believe he was losing his sight, and that's how he kind of saw, like, squinting. At least I think that's...
That's my mother's favorite artist. You're her favorite pop artist. Just so you know.
She's my favorite mother of yours.
I only have one.
I know.
What are whispers for?
They're waiting to become something.
That's why you have to listen. I wonder why we do listen more when someone
Listen for
brings their
whispers.
voice down. I wonder why. I think it's because...
Well, it forces
that's
you to
what
be more
whispers-
attentive.
Yeah. I think we secretly like secrets. And nobody ever shouts a secret. Nope. Hello, Kermit. Hi-ho. Sorry, he's in the corner. Okay. When the camera operator gets distracted by the toys in the
audience-
background.
The audience of Muppet toys.
Yeah. So you've been collecting these toys for longer than...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've had them.
I know. Now I have a reason to have them, I guess.
Now you don't look like you're crazy.
They just came, they knew, and they waited for me to catch up.
I think that's true. I think we're always catching up to things.
Said I've had a Kermit, actually this Kermit right here has been in every one of my studios. He used to sit on my printer or on my desk, and he's been there for a very long time. Just waiting for me to catch up to him. Saying, well, you can draw me.
Is there anybody in Jim Henson's family that you want to meet?
I said I wanted to meet Jim Henson, of course, which I had the opportunity to meet once. And Carol Spinney and Kevin Clash. I mean, I'd like to meet anybody that's associated with them. I've met
What
some.
about his family? That's...
Oh, yeah, well, his son Brian Henson, who runs the Creature Shop now, and his daughter Cheryl Henson, who's part of the organization also. I mean, all of his children, what's pretty cool,
Yeah.
got into the business, and they're all
just as talented. Pretty cool world to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Mana, mana. Mana, mana.
That's enough.
Can't not finish that song.
It's another fur squiggle.
Yes. They happen. I like the name Fur Squiggle. Sounds like a character in itself.
The dreaded fur squiggle.
Okay, I think bowls on the other side. Work my way down to the teeth. Oh, should finish this eyeball off.
Do you like being alone when you paint? Does it bother you that I'm here?
No, I could go either way.
I mean, we're doing this so that people can see what you do. They love this. But you would probably prefer to be alone, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess, I mean, that's kind of just
You won't
how I
hurt my
work most of the
feelings,
time.
don't worry.
No, I mean, I just, like I said, I kind of meditate, especially with the black line when I'm doing this, so I kind of get lost and time kind of disappears. But I've been doing it so long, I could still do it when someone's around. It's actually being a native New Yorker. I need background noise. It doesn't distract me. It becomes part of my
So
zen.
am I your background noise now?
Yes.
Okay. That's why I get paid big bucks.
No, but noise and stuff
Yeah.
doesn't really distract me. But I do stay semi-conscious when I'm having to talk and think
You do well.
at the same time.
Talking and painting, I've noticed.
It's just that I don't really remember what I said until I see it again. I could channel some Muppets.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite? Is Kermit your favorite? I think you.
Well, originally, yeah, Kermit was my original because I think he's Jim Henson the most out of all the Muppets. Then when I met Jim Henson and he was speaking, it was kind of felt like I was speaking to Kermit, just a little softer version. But then I really loved Cookie Monster because I've always had an affinity for monsters. I love to draw monsters. And,
You do his voice very well.
Me don't feel so good. I think I'm gonna lose my cookies. Me gonna send you cookies for your birthday, but me ate them. Sorry. Take any kind of cookie, Swedish cookie, German cookie, Chinese cookie. No play footsie. That costs money for me. Me buy cookie. Cookie? Ask any Girl Scout. That was pretty good. Cookie out.
But I love Grover because he's another monster, but a little crazy and out there. I love Super Grover. I find I have different ones for different reasons. I love Oscar the Grouch, just because he gets to be a grouch. Sometimes that's fun. And I love the way he looks again. He's another monster. Maybe I do like all the monsters except for the frog.
I liked Snuffleupagus until everyone could see him, and then I didn't like him anymore.
Oh, I also loved the Count because I always loved vampires too. And he reminded me of the old Bela Lugosi. Dracula, counting. 1, 2, 3 monsters.
10, 20, 30.
I liked all the Muppets.
You like Animal?
I love Animal. Again, he's a monster, but he's also a musician, a drummer. A little crazy.
What about Beaker? And now we're going to the Muppet Show.
Yeah. Well, yeah, once the Muppet Show came out, then I loved a lot of the Muppets from there, and I did love Beaker and what's it, Dr. Bunsen. But more so Beaker because he didn't speak. He just yeah, I like a lot of them. But Kermit was the first, and then Cookie. I forgot I actually got to meet Bob McGrath from Sesame Street also. One of the people on the show when I used to work.
Who are the people in your neighborhood?
I used to work on with some charities, Variety, the children's charity, and they used to do a telethon, and he used to be on it. And actually, my son Eric got to sing 2 songs with him.
Wow.
He's a very nice guy.
How old was Eric?
Gotta be like 4 or 5, maybe.
Wow.
They came over and asked him if he would like to go and sing with the kids, and at first he was a little nervous, and the woman said, well, I'll let you think about it. And then I just had a little talk, and I said, Eric, Sometimes in life you get some opportunities of really pretty cool things. And you should think about it before you say no, because you might regret not doing it. And then he thought about it and he said, yeah, I think I want to do it. And then I wasn't aware that they were going to take him backstage to practice first. So he was away from me then for at least a good 20, 30 minutes. And I was worried that he would be upset. And then I saw him come out. There was a band on, I think Brooklyn Bridge was just going off after performing a number. And Eric was in the wings. And as they were going by, he was high-fiving all of them saying, good job, good job, good job. And then he came out and sang with Bob and the other kids 2 songs. And then he came back to my table and he was very happy. And he said, I would do that again in a minute.
Wow. Does he have a good memory of that?
Yeah.
That's a core memory.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. You're a good daddy.
I try my best. So I used to paint paintings on those telethons that they would then auction off at the end. They had all acts from Broadway come. So while I was painting, I got to hear all this live music. It was great.
Oh.
After Eric sang with Bob, then we had Michael Bolton came out and did an acoustic set like 3 feet away from us and then gave Eric one of his picks. It was pretty cool.
That guy can sing.
Yeah, it was amazing. When you hear him like up close, you realize how good a voice he had. He was just playing an acoustic guitar and singing. And it was always hosted by Cousin Brucie, the iconic radio DJ who's still going. I think it was a 6-hour telethon or something like that. So I always had to finish the painting by the end.
Oh, wow.
So they can auction it off. And then they had local newscasters, Ernie Anastas and Rosanna Scotto. And they would like check in with me, see how I was doing during the show with the painting, where I was.
Who would they give the painting to?
Someone would bid on it. They would,
Oh, I see.
They would auction it off at the end. People would bid on it, so I guess the highest bidder.
That's cool.
And everyone who made a donation got a t-shirt with the images on it, too.
Oh, wow. We're in the bubbles. We're in the bubbles.
Let me get ready for the teeth.
Have you always had a steady hand?
I guess so. Well, I never drank coffee, so look at the coffee shakes.
But it would be okay, because your line kind of shakes.
Yeah, can't make a mistake.
Can't make a mistake, because my line shakes.
Well, it would only be a mistake to me.
The truth is, you're very precise about that line. You can see.
I don't have to be, but I have to be. The self-imposed rules. Nobody else would notice, but I will. Everything that we see on ourselves that we don't like, we think everybody else sees, but most people don't.
And sometimes we think that people see things that way that we see them, and a lot of times they don't. That's what misunderstanding is. Because we don't even see color the same.
I don't think so. I always wondered that. If I see the blue the same way you see the blue. Because there are people that have color blindness and see different types of color, so I always wondered if everyone sees, you know, the same blue sky. Maybe we don't.
I've never seen you make a mistake.
But is it a mistake? Or is it a happy accident?
Okay, Bob Ross.
Maybe. I mean, sometimes I'll change something. I mean, I make decisions while I'm painting sometimes if I want to change something a little bit. But for the most part, I don't allow myself to do that.
Yeah.
Because my original sketch has to be my finish. And I have to resist the urge to correct things. Well, what's correct? When I want it to be drawn like a child who doesn't have any preconceived ways of how it should look. You're just drawing in the moment.
Yes, but a kid would not have the patience to do it the way you do it.
Maybe.
No. But that's why you get paid the big bucks. Because you have to be paid so you can do
So I could do more.
Yeah, that's right.
I have only a certain amount of time to do originals.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Well,
have
look
to
at
spend
this.
that energy where I want to.
Yeah.
That's why I choose to do projects that I just want to do.
Why are his teeth yellow and not white?
Maybe they're stained from eating so many gingerbread men.
Yeah. Busted cookie with your mouth in the cookie jar. C is for cookie.
Spending so much time inside a cookie's mouth.
Does he have cookie breath?
Cookie bread. I don't think cookie bread's a bad thing. Getting bored.
No.
It's a lot of black.
I don't get bored. You have to have a boring mind to get bored. I'll fall asleep before I get bored.
So if the camera starts tilting, you know what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Your black line is not as smooth as the rest of your
No.
painting, and you did it on purpose.
I want to leave a little texture in it. Mm-hmm. So you can see it's hand done. And then the second coat will have a little bit more.
It's amazing how cool that looks. It's so cool.
What?
The difference between the black side and the purple, all purple.
I just paint all of the background purple around where I'm outlining because I need the canvas to be covered with the same amount of paint when the black line goes, because the canvas will absorb the paint differently if it's not completely covered. And then there'll be two different tones of black. So that's why I make all the colors overlap before the black line so that every inch of the canvas is covered. Otherwise, if the white of the canvas is showing, it would absorb the paint more. And you would see where the black was on that and black was on color because it would be different tones.
So the paint acts as a primer?
Yeah. When I was going to school, I was still into just realistic art. That's how I like to draw.
Do you miss that?
Drawing realistically? Mm-hmm. Sometimes I still have the urge to do it, and maybe I will. Again, there has to be a reason to do it.
What if somebody commissioned you? Would that be a reason or not necessarily?
No.
Right, I didn't think so.
I've been doing this stuff for quite some time. It's a whole different mindset,
Right.
which I'd have to switch over, which you can do, but I'd have to want to.
It's more of an inspiration coming from within. It's cool that you operate that way.
Kind of have no choice.
It's one of the reasons I like you. Do you ever almost fall asleep when you're doing this? Like, do you ever get sleepy?
Nope.
Like, sometimes when I meditate, if I'm sleepy and I meditate, I wake up.
Well, this is kind of
you were saying this
a
is
little
meditative.
different
so
it's meditative, but I also
it's a focus.
yeah, high concentration and focus. So that part I think would not allow me to. It's kind of like, have you ever driven in a car and you zone out, but you still go where you're going, and you've been driving, but your mind takes over that part, even though you've kind of blanked out for a little bit. The mind is an amazing thing. especially with stuff that I haven't done before that's only been in my head.
How does that feel when people see it?
It was good, especially if they are positive towards it. You know, I'm on the right track at least. I'm not sure how much that matters.
Do you depend on that?
No, I don't. That's what I was just thinking, do it. I mean, ultimately, as a painter, I mean, you want your paintings to be seen. That's the ultimate, the end game. It's like your music.
Like
you want
your
someone to
songs
hear.
be heard, yeah.
You want it to be heard, and you'd like it to be accepted
Received,
and people like it. But would that stop me if someone doesn't like it? No.
Well, that's proof that you're doing it for the joy, not just...
Yeah. I mean, I kind of do stuff that I want to do first and I enjoy, and then hopefully someone else will also. But ultimately, you want to please yourself first. Unless you're doing a job for somebody, then it's to please the customer first. But this is purely for me first. I
didn't hear you mention Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy was never one of my favorites. Oh, sorry. I kind of feel like Kermit there. I'm kind of with him there. He's kind of like, she's a little aggressive. And
Hiya! You don't like your women aggressive?
She actually even started out as just a background character, no-name pig, and then several people were puppeteering her, and then Frank Oz took a liking to her or something, and then he was the one that kind of made her personality when he did the first Hiya, and then she became very popular. I just tend more to liking monsters. I don't know, maybe because they're more fantasy creatures and they're not really based in reality anywhere, like a pig.
Or a frog.
Well, I guess the frog is the exception to that rule there. But he didn't start out as a frog.
Kermie. Moi. You do not like moi? Hiya.
Pigs don't make me nervous.
I'll put a squiggle in your line.
I got an upset pig behind me.
She's getting on her motorcycle.
She's out here now.
Is the pig gone? Do you get impatient here? What happens at this point? Do you want to go faster?
Sometimes when you get towards the end.
Yeah.
Especially in broad areas like this, I think. But I don't.
You don't? It doesn't feel like you've sped up at all. You're just steady.
Takes the time it's going to take.
That's a really good way to put it. It takes the time it's going to take.
That's lunch.
What do you think, Oscar? You like it?
cookie.
No, not the buttons. Not my gumdrop buttons.
We're gonna need a bigger mouth.
No gingerbread men were actually harmed during the making of this painting.